In the year 3421, humanity's reach had expanded far beyond Earth. Vast networks of starships and colonies now dotted the Milky Way. Yet, for all their achievements, humans had never truly considered themselves the galaxy's most formidable beings. They were explorers, traders, scientists, and in the rare cases when they had to defend their territories, they were competent but hardly feared warriors. Or so they thought. Across the stars, in a system on the far edge of human territory, was the planet Kraxian, a barren, rocky world, with a population as fierce as its desolate landscape. The Kraxians, towering beings of steel-grey skin and thick, armored hides, had long held the title of Deathworlders. Their atmosphere was dense with radiation, their gravity several times that of Earth's, and their culture centered on survival of the fittest. To them, war wasn't a necessity, it was a way of life. For centuries, they had been the uncontested apex predators of their region, and any species that ventured too close quickly learned to stay away. But one day, the Kraxians picked up signals, strange, incomprehensible transmissions emanating from human ships patrolling nearby star systems. Intrigued, the Kraxians studied these transmissions, quickly identifying them as the work of a new species. Though initially dismissive, curiosity got the better of them. Who were these new arrivals? Were they worthy of conquest, or mere insects under Kraxian feet? The Kraxian leaders sent scouts, stealth ships designed to survey and report back. As these scouts observed humanity's colonies, they were baffled. Humanity's cities appeared fragile, their defenses modest compared to Kraxian standards. To the Kraxians, humans were small, weak, and ill-prepared for a galaxy teeming with predators. The Kraxians decided they would introduce these humans to true power and show them the meaning of survival. A fleet of Kraxian warships, dark and bristling with advanced weaponry, crossed into human space. They targeted a medium-sized human colony called New Providencia, one of the first colonies humanity had established outside the solar system. The Kraxian commander, General Vrul, expected the humans to panic, to cower in fear or attempt a desperate escape. Instead, when the Kraxians approached, the humans did something unexpected, they welcomed them. The colony sent a transmission filled with formal greetings and gestures of friendship. To the Kraxians, this response was bewildering, almost laughable. They prepared to fire, but General Vril decided to toy with the humans a bit, allowing them to believe, for a brief moment, that peace was an option. Yet, behind the facade, he prepared a brutal strike force, believing that by watching their colony fall, humanity would understand its place. However, when the Kraxians landed, their soldiers were greeted by unexpected resistance. The colonists, though armed with weapons that appeared primitive by Kraxian standards, displayed courage that was foreign to the Kraxians. The humans fought back fiercely, with tactics that were unpredictable, almost chaotic. Where Kraxians relied on brute strength and firepower, humans utilized guerrilla tactics, ambushes, diversions, psychological warfare. They hid in underground tunnels, rigged buildings with explosives, and used the environment to their advantage. Days passed, and the Kraxians found themselves struggling. The colony they had expected to conquer within hours was becoming a battlefield, and their own forces were taking losses they had never anticipated. General Vrul was furious. He ordered his troops to deploy chemical warfare, knowing that the colony's defenses couldn't possibly withstand such an assault. But as the gas spread through the colony, something extraordinary happened. The humans, instead of succumbing, seemed almost a broken bar unaffected. The Kraxians had overlooked a crucial fact: New Providence's atmosphere required human colonists to wear breathing apparatus due to its harsh environment. When Kraxian forces released the toxins, the humans had simply switched to sealed air filters, rendering the Kraxian weapons useless. The Kraxians' frustration turned to confusion, and for the first time, a shadow of fear. How could such fragile beings resist so fiercely? They observed humans patching up wounds, sometimes using primitive methods, but they kept fighting, kept pushing back. Even Kraxian scouts who intercepted human communications reported something chilling: a humans laughing. They were swapping jokes, making light of the situation, rallying each other with a camaraderie the Kraxians couldn't understand. In desperation, General Vril ordered one final attack: orbital bombardment, a tactic of last resort. The Kraxians unleashed a rain of fire upon New Providence, intending to leave no human alive. As the dust settled, they believed the colony destroyed. But from the smoldering wreckage, the humans emerged once more. Burned, wounded, and battered, they rose. And then the most unthinkable thing happened. The humans launched a counterattack. Human fleets appeared on the Kraxians' radar, a small, agile ship starting through space with speeds and tactics the Kraxians had never encountered. They weaved between Kraxian cruisers, breaching their defenses, targeting key points with pinpoint accuracy. And though the Kraxians' ships were larger and seemingly more powerful, they couldn't withstand the relentless, almost reckless assault of the human pilots. The Kraxians realized too late that humans were something more than they appeared. A species that lived on a planet with hurricanes, earthquakes, and volcanoes. A species that had survived wars, pandemics, and nuclear disasters of its own making. A species that didn't just adapt to harsh conditions, it thrived in them. In a final desperate moment, General Vril himself tried to communicate with the human fleet, hoping to negotiate. But the humans simply responded, "Welcome to our galaxy." And as their ships closed in, the Kraxians finally understood. They had underestimated the humans, mistaking their outward simplicity for weakness. But beneath that exterior was an iron will, honed by centuries of survival against all odds. In the aftermath, the Kraxians retreated to their home planet, reeling from the encounter. The galaxy now had a new story, one that spread through every corner of space, the tale of the seemingly fragile creatures who, when pushed, revealed a strength and resilience unlike any other. And as rumors spread, other species began to wonder, if humans could withstand the Kraxians a broken bar, what else were they capable of?